So I'm Paolo, I'm the CPO at Immobiliare, and looks like that today I chose the wrong t-shirt because the color is the same color of the mixed panel stuff. So, but these are the colors of Rome, so thank you very much for the surprise. So, Immobiliare, we are one of the few tech product company in Italy, and we love to build platforms, real estate platforms or marketplace. We are the #1 in Italy, we are in Spain, we are in Greece, Croatia, Slovenia, Luxembourg, etc. And obviously we aim to expand as much as possible. I joined Immobiliare in 2021, and we started to use mixed panel in 2021. So while the t-shirt color is a coincidence, this was not a coincidence, of course. Because I said to my CEO and the founder, in order to be successful and in order to transform our organization to be a product-led organization in an efficient way, we need to have a customer engagement platform, a CDP, and a product analytics platform. We had Google Analytics. No, we don't use Google Analytics. We had BI tools. No, we don't need BI tools. We need a product analytics platform, period. No discussions. So we started to implement the mixed panel, but of course mixed panel is an enabler. It's a great enabler because it's extremely easy to use, especially at the beginning, but it's not enough. So we needed to change our mindset from the bottom. So the best way to do it is to, let's say, activate some agents or champions in order to evangelize the organization, in order to understand the value of a data-driven approach. So these, let's say, agents are obviously PMs. PMs are the driver of this transformation. The second thing is about that the PMs, but also the other roles in the organization, needs to have a very high level of understanding about the data. So we need to know the product not from a UX perspective, but also behind the surface. We need to know exactly what are the events, what are the schemas, what are the attributes that we could have but are not present now. Third, we need to talk the same language about data. And we need to understand each other in order to be faster, to implement and to have ideas and to find solutions. We need to talk about data every time, at lunch, at dinner, during parties, wherever. We need to talk about data. Fourth thing, the last thing, but probably the most important, is that we need to be lean. Okay? Product is built by 3 simple roles: product managers, designers, and engineers. Period. We don't need other experts because we need to be the expert. If we are not the expert, we have a problem. So this is our philosophy in order to execute and to deliver value. So, I mean, I have only 12 minutes, more or less, so I don't have too much time to talk about all the outcomes and success that we achieved. I want to just show this one small metric. Here you are seeing the ratio, the percentage of the registered user using our mobile app in 2022, and the percentage of registered users in, yesterday. And we moved from 20% to 80%. So now the common question is, okay, what are the features that you delivered in order to achieve these results? My answer is, I don't know, and I don't care, okay? Because the point here is we need to focus on the outcome, not on the output. And this is what a product analytics platform is supporting to us. It's useful to understand the outcomes and if the outcomes are going to the right directions, not only about the outputs. So, let's talk about a challenge that we had last year and we solved incredibly this year. Our platform is a two-sided platform. So on one side we have the users who are looking for a new house. On the other side we have the real estate agents who are publishing contents. But one of the, let's say, problems is that the agents were purchasing our services not via our platform, but via the commercial or sales team. So these events were not digitally tracked by us and within mixed panel. So we were missing a lot of very useful information about our clients. So what we did, we were leveraging on a mixed panel new feature of last year, warehouse connector, data warehouse connector, in order to take these events coming from BigQuery in that case, and transforming them into events, like the behavioral events that we are collecting within our platform. So now, finally, we are capable to track all the behaviors of our clients, not only when using the product, but also when purchasing our services. So now we are capable to understand how to influence our clients in order to make a purchase, renewing the contract, or reducing as much as possible the churn rate. So, I mean, this sounds simple, but if you asked me 5 years ago to do a project like this, I would say, okay, no, it's too complex. We will need at least 2 years, while we did it in 1 month, 2 months maximum. Next, so let's talk about AI with this AI example. Okay, sorry for this joke, but okay. I mean, this is not a joke. Okay, this is a game changer for us. Let's start from the problem. And the problem of every real estate marketplace is that when you send a contact for a listing that you like, it's not common to receive an answer. Okay? Sometimes the agent is not answering back to you. And this is common in all countries for all marketplaces. Why? I mean, it's not because the agents are evil. They are not evil. They are receiving a lot of leads. And the majority of these leads are really poor in terms of quality. The majority of these leads are users who are not truly interested on buying the specific house. So it's difficult for them to understand which are the ones to call and which are the ones to discard. So how to solve this problem? This is a paradox, because on one side, our mission, our goal is to maximize as much as possible the number of leads. On the other side, we need to increase the quality of the lead. So it's a difficult problem, and we knew some solutions, but are too complex to solve. But also at the same time, the level of confidence that these solutions are solving a problem are not very high. So it's a risk. So what we did is to leverage on new platforms that we are using, and also agents that now we are understanding to how to integrate, to create a product. So we created this product in 2 weeks, and we launched to the market. So how does it work, this product? So basically we have 2 agents integrated in N8N, which is used as backend. By the way, we built this product without engineers. Okay, so product managers are now builders and now build solutions. So let's consider 2 flows. First one, we started to ask to our users some questions, okay, in order to collect qualitative data about their behavior, about their needs. We created an agent, so agent 1, and his job is about collecting this data, evaluate the answers of the users, give a score for these users, and write an explanation about the specific score. Okay. Obviously, the output is, okay, the user A is hot. Okay. In parallel, we started to ask to our users if they've been contacted back by an agent. If not, there is another agent, agent 2, which is taking this data and matching this user with the hot users, and also wrapping the content generated by the agent 1 into an email, triggering an API-triggered campaign by email. So, and this is the result. Okay, this email, simple email. What we are seeing that the open rate of this email is huge, is about 90%. It means that maybe this solution is solving a problem. So this for us is, let's say, an evidence of the fact that maybe we should invest more on this specific solution, and maybe we should commit our engineers on understanding to how to scale these, let's say, MVP into something bigger and more powerful. So, what's the message behind this product that we launched? two messages. First of all, the discovery process, which is a common process of every product-led company, is going to change completely. Before, we were using to, during the discovery process, to talk together with product manager, product designers about the problem, using mixed panel to understand and quantify the size of the problem, to design some solutions, to define the scheme of the events, and to prepare a set of requirements to give to engineers. Okay, this is quite common. But now the game is changing, because we are not building any more prototypes, we are building products. Okay, during the discovery phase, we are building MVPs autonomously, without needing any more engineers to build MVPs. But we are building MVPs not only for the surface, for the front-end side. We are building the MVP also for the back-end side. So the MVP end users are not only the end users, but are also the engineers. So we are giving to the engineers a live product, which is working exactly how we imagining, also when we talk about the input, the structure of the output, and the logics. So obviously, this is for us a game changer also, because we are becoming much more efficient, and we are reducing a lot the probability of making mistakes, shifting from the discovery phase to the delivery phase. Second big message, we are now building agents which are capable to transform user attributes into synthetic or probabilistic user attributes. So this is just a small example. So we are collecting this behavioral data. So you have visited 125 listings in a month, you send 14 contacts. Okay, what does it mean? So what's the value of giving these numbers to an agent? So we are building agents which are capable to transform this data into an explanation. And obviously, this explanation is a new attribute that we are linking to the user profile. It means that we can increase the attributes of each user profile, at infinite level. And obviously, we are using mixed panel in order to define and measure some patterns and being able to create a new kind of cohorts that before we were not capable to create. So, to wrap up, there are three key ingredients for this story. So first of all, obviously, in order to be efficient, in order to deliver value via product, and to deliver solutions which are, let's say, great for our users, but also viable for our business, is necessary to establish a data-driven culture, period. There is no alternative. The second message is that you cannot have people who are really savvy talking about data if they don't have access to data. Okay, so we need to democratize as much as possible the access of data. Third message is, obviously, before building anything, before thinking about an idea, the first question is how can we measure the value behind that idea? Often, this is the last question. No? I've seen also in my past experiences, this is the last question after building. This has to be the first question, because this first question is triggering the other two or enabling the other 2 points. So what's the, let's say, final message? Our job as product people is travel along a complex world made of ambiguity. Okay, our job is to reduce as much as possible this level of ambiguity and increase the predictability of creating value via building products. This is for the classic world. Okay, now we are entering in a completely new dimension where the product itself is not anymore a deterministic product, but is a probabilistic product. So if before you were not capable to deal with this ambiguity, in the future, for sure, this will be much more harder and complex. So, thank you very much.